Oh, g'day! I'm Mark from Self-Sufficient Me, and in this video I'm going to take you through some of the projects that I've got going on so that you know what to expect over the next few months on my channel. Let's get into it. Well, we might as well start here. I've got some strawberries. These are the last runners that I've got going. I'm going to probably plant them in some terracotta pots, but what I was doing, I'm sort of creating an experiment whereby I've got 3 different types of runners, and I'm doing a bit of a runner on this, so I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but I've got them from a specific farm that grows just the runners, and they grow them for strawberry farms here in southeast Queensland and probably around Australia. They grow them for nurseries second, and then whatever they got left over they'll sell to home growers. And so I was lucky enough to get 3 different types of commercial type strawberries, and I'm growing them in these half barrels. I've got 4 half barrels, 2 has got 1 variety in and 1 each have got 2 separate varieties. I'm also reusing these old milk bottles. Remember my milk bottle experiment that I did last year? Well, they're still going. Not the original experiment, but I'm planting strawberries in here to see how they go, and I'll be giving you a video on the progress and probably the end result of this strawberry runners in milk bottles, recycling at its best. And just above the strawberries here I've got all these seedlings that are on the go. A lot of these plants are different. I haven't tried them before, so I'm keen to give them a go. They're going along pretty well. I've got garlic here, that's my backup, but the garlic is going pretty good in the garden, and that's another project that I'm doing. It's not easy to grow garlic in the subtropics, but I think I'm on a winner here with this purple type of Glen Large, so we'll see how we go. These here are pineapples in pots. I've got 3 of them. They're only fairly small pots, and you can see how healthy they are looking. The experiment is to see how well they go in a fairly small pot. So far, so good, and this will take a while for this experiment to come to fruition because I'm going to wait for them to fruit, of course, so I'm not sure if I'll get this in this year, but we'll see. At the moment they're about probably close to 12 months old, so yeah, you never know, in the next 6 months they could be flowering. I've also still got this never-ending pumpkin vine that is just getting bigger and bigger. If you've been following my videos, you know I started this plant, well, nearly 12 months ago, and it is just out of control. I just don't have the heart to cut it down, but it's smothering all this back half of the veggie garden, but it's producing so well. We've literally got dozens of pumpkins out of this, and here's one here. Yeah, perfect. There's one here. I don't even care about walking on some of this anymore because there's so many being produced. There's a couple of other green ones over there. There's another big one behind me as well that I could probably harvest. These are a Kent pumpkin. They've been just doing so well. I don't think I'll grow any other pumpkin again. But what can I do? I just got to keep letting it go and produce and just grow things around it, I suppose. And behind the pumpkins here are our old banana trees. Look how big they are, but you can see the mess I've made. I've been thinning them all out. I've cut them back substantially. Now, I love growing bananas in a big bush like that, but you can't grow them too much. You can't let them bunch up crazy like, because what happens is the bananas start to try to outgrow each other. They get really leggy, they even get taller, which is hard to manage. Because of that, they're competing, they don't grow very good tomatoes. And although I like crowd growing lots of things, and bananas especially, because most people grow them spaced out, I find if you can grip a few together, which is fine as long as they're getting enough food and water, but the minute you get them too much and too many bananas come up in the one spot, then you're limiting what you can get out of the plants. So I've thinned them all out, but not only that, I'm in the process of planting some new and exciting varieties. These are a Java Blue, and these here are a dwarf red, Ducata red, Dakar red variety. So I've got now, I'll have about 4 different types of bananas, but these are smaller and they should be easier to harvest and control and manage. That's the hope anyway. All these banana stems and leaves are going to go into the compost here, but that's another project. I'm yet to make up these other 2 bays. This has been a long time in the making. I like slow growing compost, and these have done me well over the years, but not perfectly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line them with a recycled plastic made primarily from soft plastics and things like coffee cups, Mars bar wrappers and all that. I'm going to line them with that so that the compost doesn't fall through, and it also is just easier to manage. I'm going to put walls and doors on them, and I'm going to spruce them up, bottom line. So that is another project that I'll be bringing to you shortly. Here's another pumpkin. Oh, what a ripper. Well, I'm happy with how the veggie garden's going at the moment, but there's one problem, and that is it doesn't have enough raised beds. And some of the raised beds that are there need refurbishing. So my aim is to fix that problem up and create heaps of new raised beds. You're thinking, but Mark, it doesn't look like you could fit anything more in there. Yes, I can. I'm making one thin long one right along here. It's only going to be about 500 wide, 500 mil. What's that? 1.5 feet. And this one here, this has been long overdue. I'm going to wait for this turmeric just to die back a little bit more, then I can dig it all up, and it's going to be another long raised garden bed. It's going to be 900 wide, or about 3 feet, and at about, well, nearly a metre high. I think about 79 or 80 centimetres high, probably close to the height of this. And then between these 2 beds that I made from our old decking, I'm going to put another bed right here in the middle to fill this gap. And here are all the materials. These are Birdie's raised garden beds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14 boxes. Well, 3 pallets. 1, 2, 3. 3 pallet loads. Oh, jingos. I tell you what, I'm going to get a lot of sore fingers from screwing those alu zinc raised garden beds together. But it should be a lot of fun. While I'm here, the other thing I want to mention is going live. That's my other project that I've been working on. This is my simple setup. I'm going to strap that there, put that there, a bit of a makeup mirror here, and yeah, go live for the first time. So that should be interesting, and I'm going to do that next week, probably mid next week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, so depending if you're watching this video tonight or within the next few hours, because I intend to post this pretty quickly. That's why I stitched this up together fairly fast. I've been under the pump, but it's all good, loving it. Not a lot of spare time due to family and YouTube and lots of commitments. And I've got a big commitment this Anzac Day weekend. It's a special weekend here in Australia. Every Anzac Day is special here. You can look that up if you want to know what it's all about. But it, you know, holds a really close spot to most people in Australia's heart. But anyway, let's not dwell on that. So yeah, I'm under the pump. As you can see, I've got lots of projects, and they're just a sample of some of the projects that I've got going at the moment. So yeah, you can see how much fun and things I'm going to bring you over this next 6 months or so. So stick with me, subscribe if you haven't already, so you can catch up with all these projects. Make sure that if you enjoyed this video, give it a big project thumbs up, and share the video around as well, and let people know what I'm up to here. And just thanks for watching. Bye for now. Where was I going with that? Couldn't even get my own exit strategy right. Cheers. Tell you what, I'm kind of a little bit scared about going live. Be gentle on me.